Hello and welcome everybody to your show, Think Big and Be Inspired. Today is a Saturday night special. We have a very special guest from Dominican, and she's an Amazonian. She has a great path to success, really, and she's inspirational to me and a lot of people here on LinkedIn. So, without further ado, we'll welcome Elvi. Caperonis. Elvi, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing today? So
Yeah, tell
happy to
us
be
please
here.
where are you tuning in from? And Elvi, I'm so happy, of course, you're with me on the show. And I know I came to your show once, and I'm so happy to have you with me.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
It's my pleasure. We're already having Claudia here. She's saying that Elvi is very inspiring. I totally agree with her.
Thank you so much, Claudia. So are you. You are amazing.
Yes, I agree with you. Claudia is amazing, of course, here on LinkedIn. Elvi, tell us about your journey and starts. I know you're very proud of your origins from Dominican. Tell me about your starts and how did and your story and how you moved to Madrid from Trinidad and what did you study and what the struggles did you face in your beginning years?
Thank you so much for asking that question, Ahmed. Yes, I come from the Dominican Republic. I am originally from there. I was born in a very small village, and we are a very humble family. We didn't have a lot of means, and but my mom always insisted in me to have a good education. She transmitted a lot of values. We probably didn't have everything we needed, but from the education standpoint, she made sure I was well educated. She always was transmitting good values to me. And I saw my mom working so hard. My mom is a nurse that she truly inspired me to continue the journey of being hard worker. So I saw her working so hard and supporting for kids and making it, uh, don't ever saw her, I didn't even see her complaining about life. She was actually working hard to make it happen. It was not easy, but she was working hard to make it happen. I saw that and inspired by my mom and my grandma. I decided that I wanted to to continue working hard and being like this because I I saw that I could do more if I was hard worker and I studied hard at school. So that helped me to get good grades in high school, and that opened up a lot of opportunities for me. So being hardworking actually has been opening a lot of doors in my life. Coming from there, it is difficult to get higher education because we didn't have actually means to. I didn't have means to go to university. But thanks to my good grades, I was able to get scholarships, and one of them was what took me to Madrid to study for a software engineering master.
Wow.
And that's how my career started in the Dominican Republic. I graduated from bachelor's degree in computer science, but due to my good grades, I was able to get a scholarship to go to Madrid and study a master's degree.
Amazing. Amazing, of course, and it's an amazing story, and it's great that you had like your role models in front of you, your mother and your grandmother, working very hard. And I always see like good families; they always work hard, and they want to see their kids even do better than what they did. So it happened to me. It happens to you. My family also supported me in my education. And it's great. It's great. It's great, of course, that you really did well also in your grades. It helped you to get a scholarship. So that's amazing. How did you? But you did not have any language barriers in there in Spain because you speak Spanish, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So that scholarship was to go to Madrid, and that I didn't have any language barrier because it's my same language, even though there are some cultural differences that I had to adapt myself in Europe and Madrid, Spain. because even though we speak Spanish in the Dominican Republic, but it's not exactly the same as the Spanish from Spain. If you don't if you don't use some of the terminologies that they use and some of the languages that they use, they may not understand you clearly because we speak very fast in the DR. And I needed to adapt myself to the culture in Madrid, and I actually, by living there and talking to people, I learned how to speak similar in the way that they could understand me. In a way that sometimes when I go to the Dominican Republic, some people say, "But you have an accent now." So I adopted the Spaniard accent.
Great, great. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure this helped you a lot during your years in Madrid. We have some people here coming in. Shadi from Egypt saying hi to all, and Diana Walsh from Ireland. Hi, Diana. She's a regular to the show. Thank you for joining us, Diana. Qais also from UAE. Thank you, Qais, for joining us. Hussein Al Masri from Saudi Arabia joining us, and Ahmed Khalil. Wow, we have a lot of people coming in to join us. Benjamin sending his regards, Benjamin Tabner. And Dr. Lav Singh from India. Yusuf also saying he's sending his regards. And we have Carl Sean Watkins. Yes, he's our friend, Carl Sean Watkins. Thank you for joining us,
Thank
Carl.
you, Carl. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, we have also Carla Wolf from New Jersey. Thank you, Carla, for joining us. A lot of people coming in. And what about USA? Did you plan moving to USA, or it came to you by coincidence, by luck? Tell us about this story.
Very good question. I Some people probably know that I already have posted about it. I applied for a scholarship to come to the United States when I finished high school. I put a lot of efforts and a lot of hard work in that scholarship, to the point that I waited 1 year when I finished high school for that scholarship to go through, because due to my good grades, I got the opportunity to apply for that scholarship to come to the United States. However, even though I did my very best in that application, and it took 1 year. It was a long process. I got rejected. That was very hard experience in my life.
Yes.
That was basically my first time that I was
A
exposed to rejection.
Yes.
And I was only I was 18 years old. It was really hard because I put a lot of faith on that. I put all my desire to get that scholarship, and the person that who sponsored me from the school, the director, she was convinced that I was gonna get it, so she transmitted that to me. I was convinced I was gonna get it. It's like I put all my faith on that, and it didn't happen. So that experience actually transformed my life, because I learned that sometimes in life, even though you fight and work hard for things, they may not happen in the way that you are expecting them to happen. So I prepared my backpack. I put myself together. I took some energy, and I moved to Santo Domingo. That was in my village at that time. Just finished high school. I moved to Santo Domingo, and because I also got some other scholarships, I was able to start studying for my computer science degree in Santo Domingo. Yeah. So after I finished that was when the other scholarship actually came through for me to go to Madrid. But I don't want to tell you the story long, but what brought me to the United States was that, staying in Madrid, I met my husband, and he's American.
Yeah. Okay.
So just staying in Madrid, some people may say, well, you met an American and you came to the United States. Yes, that happened that way, and like, it didn't happen initially, but then it looks like it was part of my journey to be here in the United States.
Yes, I totally agree. So it was part of your journey. Maybe you were rejected to go to Madrid to meet your husband, to come to USA. Really, as you're saying, we don't know. Sometimes really rejection is redirection, not a cliche or something like this. Yeah, but this, you were meant for this for you to happen. So it's an amazing story. Of course, Pragmata is saying it's really inspiring. I totally agree.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really, really devastating. It was really hard,
yes.
but I put myself together and I kept fighting and I improved myself. So for the following time that I was applying an application, I was already a computer science engineer, and that one
Wow.
came through.
Yes, like our friend here, Muhammad Tolba from UAE, is saying it's either devastating or transformational. Totally,
Love it.
totally agree with him. Benjamin here is saying he's tired of rejection. What's your advice to Benjamin?
Benjamin, I know that it is hard. I know that it is difficult, but I highly recommend you to use the growth mindset and have the faith that something good is going to happen out of this. Every time you get rejected, try to learn something from that experience that can help you to actually continue moving forward and help you to enhance your application for the next time. That's the way I took it.
Yes, yes, we should not take it personally, I think, and we should not, the opinion of one or five people, even in us, to reject us from a job, to reject us from whatever. It's only their opinion. You have, like we say, how many? We have billions on the planet, so your destiny and your path will come because someone out there is looking for your talent, and just believe it, and as you said, positive mindset, and you will reach there. I totally agree
Absolutely.
with you. Totally agree with you.
So keep it positive, learn from it, and keep moving forward, Ben. I know you're gonna get there. I have faith that you're gonna get the opportunity you're looking for. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can. I always, no matter what happens to me, I believe that I can. Even if the goal is it seems unreachable, I always believe that I can get there.
And that's true. That's the spirit, and I hope everyone can. I know sometimes it's hard when there is so many rejections, but take maybe your time one day or something, but don't dwell on the past for a long time. Keep looking for the future and keep working now on yourself till you reach what you want in the future. I totally agree with you, Elvi. So tell us again, how did you become an Amazonian and join this big company
Um,
after going to USA?
Very, very good question. When I moved to the United States, I actually started working in consulting because I highly recommend anyone who is starting in their careers to go in consulting because consulting actually opens up a lot of doors for you and you gain experience while you are working. Consulting companies actually give a tremendous opportunity to people like me. I was just getting started in the United States. My English it was actually a challenge initially. I was still working on it when I came to the United States. I thought I was going to be able to speak fluently because I studied before English, but when I came here, it was completely different. I can tell you the story. I can tell you the story later, but
Yes,
in
I
terms of
know, I know that you attended a lot of classes and to learn. Yeah, you can
I
share also this story because it's very inspiring. Because people will get inspired. People who are talking about rejections and how tired they are. Yes, the road is will not be easy. It will not be easy till you reach what I want. So yeah, I think people would love also to listen to this from you.
Thank you. So when I came to the United States, I thought I was going to be able to keep a fluent conversation because I studied English before at high school, at university, and then I also studied English on my own because I wanted to learn English. I wanted to come to the States. But when I came here, everybody was speaking so fast that I couldn't say a word. I couldn't
Yeah.
say a word of English. So I was mute because I couldn't understand what they were saying. They were speaking so fast. It's not the same to learn English in your in your hometown or in your place in the place that you live because you are speaking with people who have the same native accent as you. It's not the same when you come to a country such as United States. You actually get exposure to native English speaker, and it can be a challenge. It can be a challenge initially, and it was very challenging for me to learn how to listen first because we need to listen. It all comes from your ears. So I needed to educate myself to listen carefully and truly make sure I understood what they were asking before I actually say something. And I started listening to podcasts, YouTube videos, everything that I could. It comes from your ears. I advise anyone to listen to English a lot. If you want to improve your English, listen to English every single day. That's what I did. I started listening until I was able to master and understand um, a second language speaker or a native language speaker and being able to translate what they were saying. That was the first step that I took. After
Great.
I was able to understand somebody, and I basically did it on my own. I took some classes, but I couldn't take a lot of classes because I was actually applying for a job. I didn't have a job, and as soon as I found a job, I took the job. And thanks God, that job was actually using my native language. I was able
Great.
to work in the United States in a work in environment speaking in Spanish, and
Great.
while I was working on my English. But
Yeah,
within 3 months of coming in the United States, I started having conversations with people because I focused on understanding, listening, and I
great.
mastered that part. So
That's great. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's
That's
also
great.
very
You when you
challenging.
focus. Yeah,
But
it's challenging, of course.
I had to immerse myself. I wasn't listening nothing in Spanish. I was listening 100% in English.
That's really great, of course, story. But whatever you focus in and where the energy flows, it comes, and with your action and all that, you manage to master language, and this help you afterwards, I'm sure, to join Amazon and become an Amazonian.
Absolutely. Yeah, to answer that question, uh, after working in consulting for a few years, I was able to get an opportunity to work at Harvard University. And while I was at Harvard, in 3 years implementation, I was working there for 3 years as a reporting analyst. I believe that also opened doors for me. And when the opportunity at Amazon came, I believe one of the things that they liked it was that I had some experience working in consulting, and at the same time,
Yes,
that actually helped me to get at Harvard, and then I believe at Amazon also helped me the fact that I had consulting experience and I was also at Harvard University,
yes,
and but I applied like any other person. I applied at Amazon, and I was contacted, and I went through an interview process. It was a long, it was a long interview process, and thanks to my preparation that I had done before, my English and all of that, my English was
yes,
fish at that time because to have a full Amazonian interview, one full day speaking in English and understanding everything and translating what everybody's asking and being able to express yourself is quite challenging. But thanks to all the hard work that I have done prior to this, I was able to ace that challenging
amazing.
interview.
Amazing, amazing, Elvi. It's very inspiring. And we have here also Pragmata saying, rejection, let us look back, try again with more energy and better preparedness. We totally agree with him, and it may lead us towards a successful footprints. Great. Pragmata, of course, is our friend from India.
Love it. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Brad.
Diana Walsh saying it's inspiring. Ashraf is watching us from Bangladesh. Hi, Ashraful Islam. Thank you for joining us. Tayyip G is saying people demand too much skills but not pay as per experience. What do you think about that?
Um, it may happen, and but I won't stop preparing myself for the next
Yes,
level just because I
yes,
am not getting the pay grade. I believe everything happens for a reason. So if you are in a job that you believe that you are not getting recognized, I highly recommend you to continue preparing yourself for the next level. And if
exactly.
that next level is not at that company, just keep moving forward. I definitely recommend people to don't let anyone to underestimate or undervalue them. But if you
Yes,
feel undervalued and you need that job, because we need to pay bills, and
yes,
we cannot just leave our jobs. So I highly recommend people to continue preparing themselves for the next level. even
I
if
think
it's at a company or not.
yes. Yes, I think like you did, you give us a great example. You were working and speaking Spanish, and at the same time upskilling and stacking skills and learning English and preparing yourself for the next opportunity when it came to you. And it was in one of the biggest companies in the world. You know, you were ready and you managed to master it and ace it, one day interview, and it's not easy, really. So my advice and your advice to Type G: keep going, keep stacking up skills. Don't give up. Like even if you're undervalued, as Elvi's saying, just keep your job and for paying bills, but at the same time stack up skills, learn new skills. And now we are in COVID and everybody's going to e-learning, so it's easy. And you have like LinkedIn Learning. You have a lot of websites that you can learn and upgrade your skills. I totally agree with you. Carla's
Believe.
telling you something in, I think in Spanish. I don't understand. So,
Sigue creyendo. Keep believing. Keep believing. I love
wow,
that, Carla. Thank you. Keep
amazing,
believing.
Carla. Thank you,
Keep
Carla. Thank you
believing.
so much.
I love that. Believe in God, believe in yourself.
Yes, totally.
Love it.
Well, lovely. Dr. Lapsink is joining us also. You can overcome rejection more effectively if you love yourself. So love yourself and be a winner. Yes, Dr. Lapsink. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sarah also is joining us. That she's totally regarding about totally agree with you regarding consulting. Yes, and I worked also for some time in consultancy. It really it's a great experience. I think it's a great exposure.
Absolutely. To any undergrad or anyone who doesn't have the experience, I highly recommend them to start in consulting. That was how I started my career, because if you try to jump into a big company like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, or Facebook, at the beginning of your career may be challenging. But once they see that you have a trajectory in consulting, that you have worked for many companies through consulting, and you have diverse and cross-functional skills, because consulting actually gives you the opportunity to try different things, different projects, and that
Yes.
actually opens up a lot of opportunities for you. So I highly recommend anyone who doesn't have work experience to try consulting, or even anyone who
Yes.
wants to expand their knowledge.
Yes, exactly. And you get like you're like saying, you get to maybe during a project interact with marketing, sales, supply chain, finance. So you get a lot of experience out of it. I totally agree with you. Tell us well about your experience as a technical program manager and Scrum Master. If someone doesn't know anything about it, non-tech people, can you describe it in simple words? I know you've
Very
done.
good question.
I know you've done before some live explaining about it. Just tell us in simple words.
Definitely. A Scrum Master is a servant leader. Is
Yeah.
actually a coach that is there to help and facilitate and assist the team in anything that the team needs in order to move forward. Most of the work that a Scrum Master that does is focus on helping the team to be productive, and that may involve playing the role of a coach, that may involve playing the role of a trainer. In my case, I do all of that. And sometimes this means playing the role of a facilitator. So you could be wearing many hats within the process, but you actually have those the skills to play the role whenever it's needed. When it's needed to go and train the team so the team understands the Scrum framework, I go and I train as a trainer. When it's needed to coach some team members who probably don't understand the framework or need to move forward on any specific aspect, I wear the hat of a coach. When needs me to remove any impediments or any blockers that is preventing the team from moving forward, I wear the hat of an impediment remover or servant leader. So a Scrum Master is a very good leadership role. At the same time, it's a role that actually can be challenging. A TPM, you don't necessarily need to be a Scrum Master to be a TPM. A TPM as Amazon is a very ambiguous role, but at the same time, it's a role that opens up a lot of opportunities for you, because you take ownership of a lot of technical projects that actually expand your knowledge in the technical aspect and also in the functional aspect. So you're a cross-functional professional, and I really like that you can take on things and ambiguous things and figure them out and make them work. So I love making things work. So it seems like it is a very good fit for me.
Yeah, I can feel your passion, and it's a great job for you, and it has a lot of hats. So if you're wearing a lot of hats, so it has a lot of challenges, and it's good that you're enjoying what you're doing, and this is what we're all looking for. Kais is saying listening is one of the most demanding skills right now, like you are saying. Yes, we agree on that, Kais. DJ G121, hi, how are you doing? Hi, DJ. Thank you
Hi.
for joining us. DJG is a great DJ friend, and he's has a lot of great house mixes songs. Beth is joining us. She's saying hello, everyone. Beth Donnelly from USA. And we have Liliana also sending her prayers and regards.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Same to you. Same to you.
So Dr. Lab Singh is asking, do you agree, Elvi, that being initially weak in English has made you a better listener, and that is a very good quality and also a strength?
Love it. Definitely. Being a good listener is actually a skill that is in high demand because we are very prone to talk, but
Yes.
we are less mindful about listening. Listening is a leadership skill that anyone in this business world that we are living in would like to develop, because by listening you can have a better understanding of things, and when you listen to others you learn from them. When you talk too much, you are just basically keeping the knowledge that you have.
Yes.
I will rather learn from others and be a good listener. Is a skill that is so demanding for leadership roles, because if you have employees who report to you, you need to be able to listen to them and understand and have some empathy in there. I believe empathy comes from listening and understanding where others are going through, and being able to guide them in the right direction. So I love it. Listening is a skill and it's a strength, and it can open up a lot of doors for you. I prefer to listen than talking.
I totally agree with you. Yes, and listening creates leaders instead of telling people what they do. This kind of leadership creates only followers, and you will not be listening except to yourself. So I totally agree with you. That's totally right. And tell us, Elvi, about your journey on LinkedIn. When did you start, and how do you see it till now? And I see that your network is growing. And how did it help you in your job, whether in consulting, whether your job in Amazon? Tell us about your journey on LinkedIn.
Thank you so much for asking that question. I basically started on LinkedIn. I saw a lot of people struggling to find a job and needed help on advice or needed motivation. I actually started in the middle of the pandemic last year, and I started putting motivational posts to inspire people and to. It is hard. We are all being impacted in different ways by this pandemic, and we are all in this together. So I decided to put my little 2 cents in my post and start inspiring and motivating people. And then I started sharing my stories and sharing things that I believe can help people to grow professionally and personally. And then I decided to start helping people as a career coach, and so far I've been able to help a lot of people, and that makes me feel
Yes,
fulfilled every
amazing.
time one of the people that I help contacts me and say, "Elvi, I got the job." So that makes my day, and my goal is to make an impact and help people.
Yeah, that's a great goal, and of course, I agree with you. When you get such a message, it really makes your day and really makes your life fulfilled. You feel fulfillment, and this is what we're all looking for.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that.
Yeah, Pragmata is saying role of a Scrum Master is very significant in agile projects. Thank you, Prag. I think he's talking about the Scrum Master role here.
Yes. Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah, yeah. Ahmad Musa also sending his regards from Egypt. He's a friend and a supply chain mentor. Thank you, Ahmad, for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Taif G is saying, always I see who people not to speaking, they do it better. Yeah, I think he's saying that people who don't speak a lot, they are better. I totally agree with Taif G.
Wise. It's wisdom. Actually, listening is you become wiser when you listen more than what you speak. It's hard though because we are more trained to talk rather than
Yes,
listening. We learn how to talk before our parents actually teach us to listening. We learn to talk first.
yes. We learn to talk first before listening. I totally agree with you. Dr. Lafsing is asking you another question. What was the role of your parents in motivating you for overcoming hurdles and pushing your way to excellence?
Very good question. I'm very inspired by my grandmother. She didn't have the means to support her kids. She has about 10 kids that she needed to support. And she was working so hard to support them. And she was able to provide everything that they needed. So seeing that and seeing her working so hard to provide for 10 kids, it was an amazing um, inspiration for me. And then seeing my mom working hard and having the same struggles, but never complaining about their situation, rather than working hard and making it happen. So that's definitely the two of them are definitely a two role model that I saw myself to continue working hard in a different way. Of course, in my case, was working hard to get good grades at school because I knew that that could open up doors for me, and it definitely did. Thanks to that hard work, actually, I was able to go to places that I never thought was possible. I went to visit the president of the Dominican Republic
Wow.
because the school actually recognized me for my grades. And that came from working hard in the same way I saw my mom and my grandma. So they are definitely the ones who inspired me to work hard and make it happen in the way they were doing it in different ways, but they inspire me.
Yes, we always get inspired by our parents, and they are our support system to let us go. Of course, we need to work hard, but they give us support and motivation and inspiration. I totally agree with you. Elvi, it's great, of course, having you and a lot of good vibes coming from you, and people love you here on LinkedIn, and we're very happy to have you always. Before we go, tell me, do you have any questions for me?
Thank you so much, Ahmed. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here. It's a pleasure being here with you. I do have one question. I would love to better understand where that think big and be inspired idea came from. What is your mission here, Ahmed?
That's a great question. Yeah, the idea came to me. Well, I started also on LinkedIn like you, like maybe less than a year or now almost a year. I started posting, started engaging with people and all that. Then I met with a lot of big leaders. One of them was Shanae Morea, and so I think you're familiar with her. Of course, she has around 1 million followers or something like that. When we spoke, she just advised me also go live, and I told her I don't have any experience in that. I don't have like even a microphone. I have. She told me I went live was the same, was nothing. Just go live and try and all that. So this gave me the first spark of motivation. But then it gave me. But then I thought about the idea. Okay, if I go live, I need to meet with influencers like her, with industry leaders to inspire people. And this is from where this idea came to me. Be inspired. When I discussed with my family and my wife, she told me, "Why don't you name it Think Big and Be Inspired?" I was thinking about either Think Big or Be Inspired. She told me, probably Think Big. Some companies they name this Think Big, and Be Inspired is used. Why don't we combine both? So I really liked it. I used it as the name of the program, and my mission was to meet with 1,000 leaders till year 2025, and to inspire more and more people by sharing knowledge, sharing experience, meeting with great leaders like you, meeting with big influencers. So I'm meeting with a lot of people from different nationalities. It helped me. It inspires me first of all, and I feel it inspires people. I get messages from people that they like this episode. People started to come regularly to visit the show, and they told me it makes us feel inspired, and we're happy that about what you're doing, and they fuel my motivation to do more and more and meet a lot of people. So this is how it started, and this is how it's going till now.
That's awesome. I love that that inspiration and that mission that you have, and wishing you all the best. And it seems like you've been doing amazing.
Thank you so much, Elvi. If you have time to take another last question, tell me.
Absolutely.
Dr. Life Singh is asking, what is the single most sought after quality you know, which can navigate you to Amazon? Like, what is the greatest
Um,
quality to work there? Or, yeah.
I will say that I highly recommend people. The first thing that I recommend people is to look at the leadership principles. Some people may think like leadership principles are only there written down in a website and nobody looks at them. But at Amazon, that's not the case. At Amazon, the 14 leadership principles, we rule every decision that we make based on those leadership principles. The
Yeah.
hiring decisions are also based on those 14 leadership principles. So I highly recommend anyone to get familiar with those. And if you ask me what is the most important for us, is customer obsession. To me, everything falls after that. If you care about your customers, you take ownership. If you care about your customers, you earn their trust. If you care about your customers, you deep dive to make sure you understand their problems and their pain points. If you care about your customer, you think big. If you care about your customers, you actually do anything that is within your superpowers to make them happy. And to me, this is one of the things that will help you to get higher if you can demonstrate that you actually care about customers, and in a way that your customer obsession allows you to also actually demonstrate all of those rest of the 13 leadership principles in a way that you go above and beyond to help and help your customers, because Amazon's mission is to become the world earth most customer obsessed company, and I believe we are very close there, because there is nothing that you buy at Amazon that you call customer service and you don't have a great conversation with them, and if you're not happy, they return your money, they give you your money. So the customer satisfaction and the customer care at Amazon, I have seen this unprecedented. I haven't seen that in any other companies. I became an Amazon customer even before being an Amazonian, and I've been always impressed by the way they do care about customers. So this is one of the things that definitely can open up doors for you if you get interviewed on Amazon. If you can prove that you are actually customer obsessed, and all of the other 13 leadership principles, they tie into that, but you need to demonstrate them in a way that you already have used your work experience to actually put them into practice.
That's a great answer, and you're right. The customer is very important, and I think the company, yes, they're doing that great with the fast delivery, and as you said, the returns and returning money. It's all about the customer satisfaction, and no matter how big the company has became, they always concentrate on this core. I think on the internal customer through satisfying their employees, and the external customers and clients and vendors, and even the customers, anyone who's ordering from them, the orders come on time and in full and all that. So it's really right. And as Pragmat is saying, customer is the king. I agree with
Absolutely.
that. Absolutely.
Customers and employees.
Yes, and
Now we're
employees.
going to that stage. Like, if you care about your employees, they care about your customers, and I
Exactly,
believe
exactly.
Amazon is doing a lot of work hard to a lot of hard work to take care of their employees as well. So I hear from our CEO that this is the next step. Now we've been demonstrating that we're customer obsessed. Now we're going to become probably customer obsessed, because the next step is to take care about our employees. So your customers are important, very important. They are the most important ones. But if your employees are not happy, they're not going to take care of your customers, which is your precious asset. So
I totally
both
agree.
are
I totally agree.
important. Both are
Both
important.
are important, especially during the pandemic. This trend of having empathy to our employees and how important the employees are in doing the job and taking care of customers and taking care of the company as a whole. Elvi, thank you so much, of course, for joining us. I hope everyone enjoyed this like I did. I really enjoy my time with Elvi. I don't want to end this conversation, but it's time. So I'd like to thank everybody who joined us and see you soon. And thank you, Elvi, so much and take care. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you. Thank
Agnes.
you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
everybody,
Thank
for
you.
attending.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.